All right. First big thing, we got to get some music going. I don't care if I get copyrighted or not. I'll just deal with it when I. All right. Here we go. Ooh. Hello? Don't mind me, I'm not breaking any rules. But just don't look at the kilometers an hour over there. Man, wheel setup would be great for this game, honestly. I think we're probably going to need this. Oh, this must stop. Alright, well. At least I can say the braking systems on these things are pretty good. Oh, look, coincidentally, the first cop I've run into today. Alright, give me just a second. I need to go and pause that because we're not gonna listen to that anymore. Because if I do, I have to deal with, um, a whole buttload of stuff that I'm gonna have to deal with. I just wanted to listen to these three songs. I always love the way that these trucks sound. Like with the air pressure or whatever. Like it's not like ours where it's just it's more of a like a weirder sound that actually sounds really nice. All right, so we got this that ain't gonna really pay me much. Oh, these are both going to the same place. Ooh. All right, I want to try this. Can I get one of those? Yes. All right, cool. I want that. Excuse me, it pays less now just because of the fact that I put it in that trailer. Which one have I not went to yet? I haven't went to Bremen. We'll do Bremen. Yeah, let's do Bremen. Take Bremen. Hang on. Give me a second. There it goes. Okay, I don't know what the one. All right, well, put that down so we got extra support. There we go. I'd love to see any American trailer do that. I don't care what anyone says. We need trailers like these here in America. I know that we actually do have some, but it's like really rare to see them. But I like them. Now, when are we going to get that truck to use to do other things? Right, well, I hope this is allowed in Britain because I'm doing it. I know there's like some European people, or not Britain, but Germany. I hope it's allowed in the European nations. We'll put it that way. Um, Somebody's probably screaming into their headphones right now, talking about, "Oh, that's not Britain. You're driving on the wrong side of the road for it to be Britain." And I'm like, that's why I did it. Euro Truck Simulator is nice though. All right, now how long do we have to deliver this? 8 hours, so that's not good. But here we go. This is the one thing I say I hate about European nations is I don't like the fact that trucks are only allowed to go about 50 miles an hour down interstates and stuff. Meanwhile, cars are allowed to go like freaking I think I looked it up, it was like 70, 75, 74, 75 miles an hour. That's one thing that physically kind of drives me nuts. But again, as I've argued it in American Truck Simulator, I understand the trucks having a different speed limit because it makes the road safer for everybody else. I don't care if I go a little bit over the speed limit. If I had a steering wheel set up for this game, I wouldn't even worry about um the lane keeping thing and all, because I could do this on my own. All right, what is the next truck I gotta get and use? Okay, so we got a man, then a Volvo. I love the Volvo, by the way. And then after we use the Volvo, we got a DAF, which I've already used. And then another Volvo, another man. I have got a lot of trucks. Plenty trucks, actually. I turned that one into a really nice truck. Um, Turned most of them into really nice trucks, but ooh, they got a Freightliner on sale. Okay. Forgot we had one in Dover. All right. Let's just start at the top of the map and just work our way down. All right, if we go to the truck manager, what was the last one? On Mercedes. So we go to gas again. We're not just using one. We'll do this one. And then since there's no Mans or Renaults on sale, we'll go with that and purchase that. We'll go to Volvo. Do the same thing. See what we're doing, guys? We're just doing the same thing over and over again. All right, now start the Freightliner, totally restore it. There we go. And we upgrade. Now the upgrading on the Kenworth or this thing is going to be fairly easy. Put the most massive engine and transmission we can in here on it. Funny enough, it actually came with all the regular things it came with. You know what? I like the red. We'll go with the red on this one. This will probably be the only truck that you guys see me do this to. And I'm not really gonna worry too much about anything else because we go with the red. There we go, got it. A decent amount of horsepower, I guess. You know what? A I don't have a truck that just has that. So we're just gonna keep that on there because I think it looks good on it, honestly. You get a nice 12-speed transmission. This is a very exclusive truck right here. If we need to change anything, we'll change it later. We're not worried too much about it. Hmm. Me. Hmm. She don't look half bad, honestly. It's a lot cheaper doing it that way than it is. All right, so we're gonna keep that because I think that looks really good. We get the what kind of horsepower does it come with? Stop. Hold on. It's coming with 640 stop. Okay, we're gonna keep the 640 in it. I'm not changing anything if I can get stop at 640. Just give me a new transmission. I'll be fine. Transmission. You know, new transmission. I'm gonna keep everything on the back except for the wheels. I imagine there's somebody screaming to the top of their lungs right now, yelling at the American because of the American things that I'm doing to this truck. Like, who else, answer this question, who else are you gonna see grabbing a truck like this and going, yeah, let me just do this? A streamline. Yeah, okay. We'll just restore these right now and we'll try to upgrade them the best we can. Big forehead, that's what we'll do. Okay, so what is this? I know what this is. Okay, we'll do this, yeah, for this one. Ooh, 730 horsepower? Yes, please. Hmm, that is a lot of truck. But if I do it right, it should be worth it. Guys, yeah, it should come with a cooler. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I have to admit, like, I'm liking a lot of this stuff. Like, I never thought that I would like, um, I wish there was a way I could customize the the trailer itself. That would be nice. You know what? I don't have enough of those, so we're just gonna make a lot of them, I think. Oh, this one doesn't come with it. Okay. That's actually surprising considering 750 for horsepower. Come on, dude. You know me. I gotta have all the horsepower I can possibly slam into one truck because I'm an American and horsepower is everything. Everything on this seems to be exclusive. Globetrotter. I like that. The Globetrot. It reminds me of the Harlem Globetrotters from like the Scooby Doo episodes. Can we call it that now? Can we just call it the Harlem Globetrotter? I want to call it the Harlem Globetrotter. There won't be like somebody knocking at my door because I called it that if I do that, will there? You're like, FBI, open up. I'll be like, I just said a comment. Ah! I forgot that you can buy trailers in this game, or in these games, I guess is the better way to say that. Wait, hold on. What was that I just saw? Wait, that's a goofy looking one. Look at that. It only comes with one wheel. I like that. I want that. Okay. Oh, now that's cool. Oh, an own garage in Finland or Sweden. Okay, that makes sense. I can understand that. Okay, cool. Insulated. I kind of like the way this looks. So, can I keep that? Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, I want a wolf theme game, and I don't think I have them. Oh, dude, these are cool. I like those. I like that. I like that color. The color scheme looks really well. Hmm. I don't know with this one. Let's go with that. Yeah. We'll just keep with what we know. We'll just slap some tires on it. Oh, I like the wind deflectors. That looks cool. I like that. That looks really good. We're gonna put that at Berlin. We're only gonna get 5 trailers because there's no need, in my opinion, to get any more than that. And it's a weird looking axle, but they're all kind of weird. So it's weird. They got a front door on it. Huh. All right, so everything else should remain the same. So we'll just buy that. Put that at Berlin. So that's two. 3. I wonder if you can do this with like the fuel trailers. I haven't seen it with fuel trailers yet. That's why I'm asking. Like, can you do the whole thing with fuel trailers? Oh shoot, I'm gonna end up having to customize that one because it doesn't copy it to the other side. Oh well, no big deal. I'll just go and customize it later. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it now. It was 3, I believe. Configuration side. Yep, awesome. There we go. All right, cool. Now we go back to the thing. Now, this one's gonna be the one that I get the feeling people are not gonna like too much because I do things weirdly. I think the custom colors will look really good on these. I'm not worried about it though now because I rarely do that kind of stuff. So anyway, back to driving and actually driving. Of course, it chooses now to want to do all that crap. This is somewhere I've never been before, so I'm kind of plotting out the route as I go, I guess. Hauling it down the road as I go. Hauling it down the road. Oh boy, there's a meat. This ought to be entertaining. Oh. Alright, let's see if I can get over. Hopefully this thing will do the automatic lane switcher. I'm glad I didn't have to go down that way anyway, so we're good. It was very nice of that car to try and let me over. Wrong button. You accidentally clicked the engine button. Sorry, Trot. I'll get going as fast as this thing will go now. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, it sucks Chris isn't here because I'd be making a lot of British jokes right about now. Hmm. Yeah, being an American trying to drive on European roads. I'm glad I'm not driving in Britain. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I can handle Germany. I'm sure I can handle France. Do not give me Britain though. I've tried that. It didn't go well. Almost ran a red light there. Whoopsie. That's a light pole. Ow. It's fine. Oh, it's only crooked. Yeah, y'all don't need that anyway. Yeah, that was not needed. Y'all didn't need that. Y'all drive so perfectly, you don't need things like that. Yeah, that's something I wouldn't mind trying to haul as cars in the European nations. I'm wondering if it's any different than like the car haulers that we have here in America. Hey, we're in Bremen. We also have a half a tank full of gas because I wasted most of it trying to get over here to get the load. Because I'm an idiot, I seem to forget that you can teleport in this game. Hey, car, you want to race? And he's already beat me. Nope, I guess they're turning. Hmm. Feels like the most disappointing race ever. Just, hey, car, you want to race? Nope, I'm turning. Dang it. Okay, this makes no sense. Like, I don't understand why anybody would want to use that if all they're doing is getting off the exit, then back on the exit. All right, cool. All right, now we go this way. Oof. Okay, so I guess I'll just get off. So I'm just delivering to this weird place over here. All right, well. Hmm. All right, well, hopefully it takes it like this. All right, cool. Hmm, hmm, hmm. All right, now we get a man. Yes. Hmm, cool. Lord, I'm tired. I still got a lot. Yeah, I still got like an hour before I really have to do anything, so that's nice. All right, quick travel. Let me look at the map right fast and figure out where I'm trying to go. Uh, Coincidentally, right over here. All right, well, I guess that solves that issue. Huh? Okay, so Bremen doesn't have a quick travel place, but I haven't really been anywhere else, so that's okay. Where in the world? Oh, that's in Greece. Okay. Yeah, are we trying to break there now? All right. Oh, we're just going across the street. All right, that works. All right. Now let's get us a trailer and see where we're going. Correct me if I'm wrong, but any of y'all European people, y'all should be able to tell me a lot better than anybody else. Volvo is and feels like the Kenworth. This is not a Volvo, by the way. I just realized that. Volvo is like the quote unquote Kenworth of Britain, right? Wow, I'm not making anything off of this, but oh well. It's something, I guess. Or is man like the Kenworth of Britain or Europe, whatever? Because this thing seems like it has a lot of horsepower under it. Ow, I think I damaged the trailer a little. Alright, well, let's get this down so that we can turn. Alright, so how does this work? Ooh, fancy. I like that. Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. A lot of turny wheels. Yeah. You can always tell when there's an idiot around, because, like, you'll hear me see something like that, and you'll be like, you'll hear me say, "Ooh, fancy," and it's like not fancy whatsoever. It's just there like that naturally. What is that turning signal noise, though? Dear Lord. Also, hello, M22. Glad to have you back, buddy. Feel like I've been talking to myself the whole time. Probably have been, but whatever. Somebody will watch it later. If anybody does, I know Chris will, so at least he better. He knows what's good for him. Uh, uh, uh. Hmm. Excuse me. I'm not making anything off of this, but I like it. It's a cool looking truck and trailer. Wait, hold on. Oh, what is that thing? Oh, cool. It turns on the light on the back too. Look at that. Not that I need that or anything. It's just really cool to have it. It'll be nice to be able to get more loads and stuff. Oh, you gotta love it when your internet starts acting stupid. Oh, hey, Chris. I thought it was M22 talking. Hey, Chris, would you like a bottle of water? Also, I'm driving a man right now. Look at that. This is a really nice looking truck on the inside. Look at that. Got two bumps. You got a really nice view. I like the view, honestly. I really do like the view out of these. All right, let's hope. I'm just over here driving. Don't mind me. All right, we just got it. This truck down over. Oh my. Chris, could I interest you in a bottle of water? Hold on a second, I gotta get you something to drink. Oh boy. Bottle of water? No, little bottle of water. We'll get you a bloody thing of tea. Grab some tea. All right, I'm back with my cup of tea. I'm laughing because I know Chris is going to get mad at me. Either that or his internet's going to crash from all the rage that I keep spewing through my streams. Reminds me, let me go see if I can get some more truck drivers hired right fast. Oh, finally, thank you, Lord. Now we can get another dude going. Well, now we got plenty of trucks, but still not enough drivers, which sucks. I hate it. But um wait, hold on. Why is he here? You know what? Never mind. Forget it. Forget I asked. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I can't wait to get to that thing and start driving it. I bet you that thing will be a blast. Speaking of blast, Chris, how do you feel about this truck here? Yeah, it's a Freightliner, but I figured it would be nice in the British environment. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. All right, Volvo used trucks. Here we go. Boy, it just gets worse. There's only one used truck right now. Truck broke. Is what it is. Access non-dealer. Here you go. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of show you guys the trucks that I have that I could play with if I wanted to. Mercedes, for some reason, has the most trucks in this game. I'd like to see them add more trucks, but I don't foresee it happening. Yeah, there we go. I gotta go get me some more of those hiring places open again. Yeah, this man truck honestly looks like the most simplistic thing ever. Like, not a lot of interior work, obviously. But I mean, you got the necessities. You got like air vents for air, obviously. You've got the cup holder. Coincidentally, there's only one cup holder, so I guess there's really not meant to be a passenger in here, even though there's two bunks. But yeah, I will say this. I believe that this particular truck model is built with the idea of having somebody help you. Because you do have the two bunks. That is the only thing that makes me think that. All right, people, y'all need to hurry up. I got to get over. I probably just could have kept going and came back out, but um, I got to remember that Britain does their honestly. All right, hear me out. My mom doesn't understand why it is that in Charleston, where close to where I live at, actually it's about 3 hours away from me. My mom doesn't understand why it is they have that kind of. All right, boys, sorry, I am not driving any further. Ow, 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 it's fine. This is normal. Thank you for your concern. I'm fine. All right, now what happened up here? Oh, it's nothing, just a burnt car. Yeah, as I was saying, my mom doesn't really understand why it is they do that. I do. Because if it okay, so like so let's say you're traveling and you realize that you're supposed to stay on the interstate, but you can't get over. All right, if they made exits everywhere here in America like that, we would have less accidents because you could just keep going and it would be like the exits would go into that, but it would be like here in Britain. You could just get back on the interstate. You'd have to drive a slower speed and all, but I mean, hey, would you rather drive a slower speed or would you rather also that's a red light, as if I paid attention, or would you rather, whatever. Who was it that had his parents would constantly turn the internet off at a certain time? It was Shark Bro, wasn't it? His parents like to cut the internet off at a random time. All right, y'all got to move because here I come. Yeah, that's the airport. I just went the wrong way, but hey, it's okay. You're welcome. That's a livestock trailer there. Yeah, that's a livestock trailer. All right. You know what? Just give me a place to put it. I'll put it there myself. I made 50,000 um euros off of that, or whatever they call them things. I know if I don't say it right, Chris is gonna have my head, so it doesn't matter. But All right, so we've officially went to every location on that area or in that area. So let's go to Leipzig. Can we go to Leipzig? Hold on. Let me look. Uh, quick travel. I can. We'll go to Leipzig and see what they have, and then we'll go from there. All right, let me get the rear axle. This truck, I don't care what anyone says, is highly influenced by America. The turn radius on this thing's gonna be horrible. I like the simplistic in- interior though. Very nice. I'm willing to bet that's either a dealer right over here or it's gonna be one of those job finding places. And if it's one of the job finding places, I'll find three. What is it? No. Just no. Okay, so we got what? One. Ooh. Oh, nope. Nope. I gotta go over here. Also, I like the little computer on the side that will, I guess, tell me how far I've traveled with this truck or whatever. Or it's like a mini GPS or something. Excuse me, pardon me, move it. Also, by the way, this is a Volvo, for those of you who are wondering. So this is not like one of those things that I just pulled out of my butt. No, this is a Volvo that they made. And as I said, highly influenced by American trucks. Highly influenced by it. Also, coincidentally, there is a place I can go to ow. Alright, well, now it's coincidentally something I need done is trucks or drivers that will work for me, so I'm sorry, but Dirk just looks a little too happy to be here. Dear Lord, how many darn drivers am I going to be able to hire in one go? Dear Lord. I'm already at number 16 over here. I used to actually make a rule, and once I get done um driving all these trucks, I'll keep with that rule. The rule was whenever I bought a new truck, I had to be the first one to drive it. And I kind of kept to that rule for a while, and then I kind of stopped with the rule. I don't remember what the reason was that I stopped with it, but I did stop with it eventually. Yeah, I wonder if you could actually take. Oh, this is about to be perfect, dude. This is a construction site. If they got anything heavy, this is my job. All right, let's see. What do they got? Wow, don't overwork me too much, boys. I mean, oh boy, I wouldn't want to work too hard. They're making me go to Nuremberg. Ooh, luckily I'm the guy that'll go to Nuremberg. All right, we'll put the extra thing down for stability and get ready to go. This will actually be technically the first flatbed other than that one I just did, but it's a flatbed like this that I've hauled. So that reminds me. Hold on, I gotta check something right fast. If I go to trailer purchase and I click on one of these, can I? Oh boy. Okay, there it is. Yeah, you can. Okay, I was wondering if you could or not. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, dude, the crane one looks cool. Container pins will be the ones that I want. And for the sake of my sanity, I think this one will work the best. I don't like the fact they only have it in certain colors, but I mean, I guess if it works, it works. I was just curious. So if you can do it with those, I know you can do it with the, well, can you do it with this one? There's the container trailer. Yes, you can. Look at that. You can. I don't know how it would work. But you can. It's really weird looking too. I like this one though. I want to get the Finland DLC because that looks cool. I like that container carrier, and then you can get one with the double axle. I guess that looks cool. All right, so we have those. All right, logging trailers. Now I'm assuming. Well, of course, yes, and of course you got those. I'm gonna end up having to get the Finland DLC. That's no joke, honestly. All right, now what about gas trucks like this? Can you do it? No. Okay, see, that was what I was curious about, was what you could do with the gas tankers, because I kind of had a feeling you couldn't do it with them, but Yep, and you can't do it with these either. Hmm. Their dump trucks suck. They're small. Ew. I know you can do it with the lowriders though. Probably. No? Oh, you can, but it's like really weird. Yeah, see, that one was the one I was missing over earlier. That one. I like that one. I think it looks cool. It's funny, weird, but it's cool. All right, now this is what they call the low bed. Oh, you can do it with that too. No, that was what I was messing with, was the low bed. Kind of like the low bed. I think it looks interesting. So you can't do it with the dump trailers. The lowriders have something that you could do it with, but oh, yeah, and you can't do it with the fuel tanks. So that's weird. You know, you can do it with everything else, but you can't do it with, oh, you can do it with this too. Look at that. Oh, no. No. Yes, this is what I want. I'm getting the Finland Sweden DLC because this is just too cool not to. I mean, that is awesome looking. I love the little itty bitty thing at the back. Just for no reason. I want it just for that. Please. I don't have the Finland DLC, but I want it now. Oh, y'all don't realize how funny that makes that y'all don't realize how funny that is to me. Seeing that. Oh my lord, that was funny. And of course we've got these back here. So that's cool. Any more used trucks? Why is Mercedes selling all their used things so much? Dear Lord. All right, I gotta get over. Does this thing have a legit gear shift? Oh, it does! Okay, so that's why this one's kind of... This one's old, if it has an old gear shift like that. This feels like American Truck Simulator right here. Because I'm in a truck with a long hood. It doesn't have a good turn radius. I'm having to take the turns slow. It's like everything that American Truck Simulator is. All right, how far am I traveling on this road? Okay, so I'm traveling on at a fair distance, and then it's just a a straight shot to Nuremberg. All right, well, that works for me. And guys, when it hits 4, I do have to go. So, just so y'all know, that is something that I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna need to get over, so this guy's gonna need to hurry up. There you go. I like how it tells me, um, well, I gotta take my dog to the doctor, or to the vet. Doctor, vet, same thing. And I gotta get him ready. I gotta get myself ready, which I'm basically ready, but I also gotta get my brother changed. I'm leaving at 4:30, but I wanna have enough time to get everything set to go. Y'all don't want to hear me saying the words, "Hey guys, I'm taking a break off of YouTube. My dog died." Do you? I don't think y'all'd feel very good if y'all knew that my dog died. You know what's funny? Coincidentally, it's the same exit I got off on earlier, and I just now realized it. All right, I gotta get over, so I hope y'all ain't. And coincidentally, at 4 o'clock, I had to clock out for my brother because yesterday I forgot to clock out, and it automatically, I guess, just took the hours away. So I got to clock in Saturday till 4. So mm. It reminds me of my interstate that I live on. You know what, guys? It's 3:45. I want to go on ahead and get everything set to go. Like I said, I got to change my brother and all. Probably got to get him a fire going again. So I'm gonna drive for 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna go on ahead and get off. Because, like I said, I think I've done good. I've done 3 deliveries, made me a decent amount of money doing it. So I'm gonna see what I can do in 5 minutes, I guess. Hmm. Dear Lord. Yeah, this truck doesn't have as good stuff as the modern ones do, which is to be expected. I mean, it is an older truck. But since I got a little bit of time, kind of want to talk about something. So a lot of y'all know yesterday, I made the decision to leave the Nick Wilde's go faster. Yeah, okay, no, not happening. The Nick Wilde YouTube channel. And the reasons I gave were pretty simple, and I kind of want to, since you're here, I kind of want to give you and anyone else who might watch it a bit of an insight as to why I left. One of the biggest things that I've always made a big deal about is trying to make everyone feel welcome when they come into this channel and they watch the videos. Unless they intentionally try to piss me off, then they get the do unto others as you would have them do unto you treatment. But I started out on his channel. Um, he wasn't even at 1,000 subscribers when I joined. He was close, but he wasn't there yet. And I had been there since then, and I've watched him go from that to 3,000. And I think when I left, he was almost at 3,700 people in the span of like days. I watched his channel grow because of the Zootopia 2 edits and stuff he was doing. But one of the biggest issues I had was I was constantly getting harassed by these people that ship Nick and Judy. Now, a lot of y'all know how I feel about it. Y'all know that I don't agree with it. But apparently, and I know I wasn't doing this. I wasn't making myself clear on the way I felt. I've always felt that if they were going to, and this is a big if they were going to make Nick and Judy a couple, they should let it happen naturally. I'm talking making it happen in the span of about 4 or 5 movies where it feels natural instead of it happening in 3 movies like the shippers want to happen, where it's forced, there's not really a lot of feeling in it. And honestly, I'm to a point to where I kind of do hope that they do make Nick and Judy a couple and make it that rushed coupleship so that the shippers can see there's not a lot there. There's not a lot of feelings. There's just going to be a lot of anger from one another towards one another. But anyway, I'm going to talk until I get done, by the way. I'm not going to worry about the time. Or at least until I get done with this load. But it got to a point to where every time I would post a comment, it was either, I needed to have a heart because of the fact that I disagreed with the fact that Nick and Judy should be a couple. And yet these are the same people, by the way, and mind you, these are the same people. They are saying that I need to have a heart, but these are the same people that said that, quote unquote, if Nick and Judy don't become a couple, maybe Zootopia shouldn't have been invented to begin with. They act as if Nick and Judy don't become a couple, that the franchise could not be good, which is false. I enjoyed the whole mystery of the second one. And I will admit, and I hate to admit this, I hate to admit that this is true, but there were a lot of hints towards there being more to Nick and Judy than just a platonic friendship in the second movie. But whether or not it's going to be a constant, like we're going to hint at it and we're not going to make it happen, or whether they're going to hint at it and make the hints get stronger and stronger until they get to a point where they want to make Nick and Judy just say, "I love you. Let's start dating and let's get married." I don't know. I don't care. I'm happy with the two movies I have. I couldn't care less what happens now. That was my point of view from the start when I found out about Zootopia 2, and it is my point of view now. But the reason that I left was not because of the shippers. I know that they think that they've won because of the fact that I left because of them. I didn't leave because of them. I left because I started feeling like nothing more than a number. And if you've been in these like big YouTube channels, this is exactly what you feel like. Now I'm a part of the Komodo gaming community. I don't watch his videos as much as I used to. I'm a part of the Bowtime gaming community. Again, I don't really comment on his stuff because I know it'll never get read. I don't make it a big deal, but I do enjoy their content. Right? But there's a big difference between that and being a loyal subscriber since before you hit 1,000 and you just start treating me different just because I have a different opinion than you do. And that's exactly what he did. The second movie comes out, he starts making Nick and Wild Hops, and as he put it, Nicooty, or Nick, what was it? Nicooty, I think? Nick Judy or something like that. I don't know. But Nicooty, I think, is what I don't know. But, it got to a point to where there were people just pulling facts out of thin air, and I could not stand being, and the thing that pissed me off wasn't the fact these people were pulling random facts out of thin air like they were freaking candy or something. It was the fact that every time he would pin it. But yet I would say things like, let's get you to 5,000 subscribers. He wouldn't pin that shit. Hell no. But I wasn't a loyal subscriber. No, the only one who wasn't loyal was you. I hate to be mean, but the only one who wasn't loyal is you. He was not loyal to his subscribers like his subscribers are loyal to him. And they are so stupid they do not see it. That is the saddest part to me. So I left, and I made it very clear why I left, and he still seemed to let it go over his head. I called him a hypocrite too, and a lot of people are scolding me because of that. But when you look at the definition, a hypocrite or a hypocrisy quite literally means when you say that you act one way, but then your actions show that you act a different way. All right, I know I claim I'm a Christian, and I know there are times where I really don't act like one. All right? But I don't claim to be I don't sin. I've never sinned Christian either. Every Christian sins and all this stuff. So don't start calling me a hypocrite because of that. And that's one of the things, like people think that when you label yourself a Christian, you're immediately saying that you don't sin or you're a nice person. I'm not a nice person when you piss me off. I am not. You've been around me long enough. Anybody that's been around me long enough that knows if you piss me off, I am not a nice person. I'm a jackass. I'll admit it. I am a jackass when I'm pissed off. But the point is, this guy said, quote unquote, all opinions are welcome, but yet he made it a point to always pin and only pin the comments that had anything to do with positively shipping Nick and Judy. Anybody that disagreed with it, they didn't get their comment pinned. they got hated on and it was allowed. And that was another thing. I had to go to him um, if somebody was saying something harsh to me, or if somebody was coming after me, I had to go to him. I had to take screenshots and go to him and tell him to fix it. That is not something I should have had to do if he cared enough about me or any of his subscribers to fix. He did not give a shit. All he saw his subscribers as, and still does, is a number. It's very obvious. And if you look and read between the lines, it's very obvious. Hell, you don't even have to read between the lines to see it. That's how obvious it is. But nobody wants to believe it. Everybody thought that I was just hating on him. If I was hating on him, I would have done it since the day I got there. All right, but no, I supported him through a lot. And yet, he just brushed me off and he goes, I can't remember exactly what it was he said, but somewhere around along the lines of it doesn't matter anymore. And it proved my point that he didn't give a shit about anything to do with me or any of his subscribers. Because if you're just gonna easily just let somebody go like that, you don't even try to figure out what's wrong. You don't even try to figure out what you did wrong so that you could fix it so it doesn't happen again. No. At that point, you are admitting that you know that what they're accusing you of is correct at that point. But you know what? God always told me to forgive people. God's always, that was one of the biggest things. Is somebody, one of the biggest quotes I love is, if somebody slaps you on the cheek, turn your other cheek so they can slap that one too. I had done that for way too long, and I just got fed up with it. I had to stand up for myself because I was sick of the BS that was allowed to happen to me. People were telling me that I should leave and go to a forum where, and I honestly wish I would have listened to this guy, that I should have go to a forum where there were people who shared my opinion, all kind of shit. I'm not even joking. This is the kind of shit I dealt with. And he didn't never do anything to make these people stop. He just kept allowing it to happen and didn't seem to find any issue with it. And he just kept letting it happen. So, I got to a point to where I was like, you know what? If this is how this guy's going to be, so be it. I got to a point I had to leave. I figured out the reason why. You guys know how I used to do a lot of Zootopia 2 shipping rants and stuff. That was why. His channel was why. Because I saw those comments of people forcing the ship, forcing it. And, they claim that they're not forcing it. By you saying, quote unquote, they have to make Nick and Judy a couple in the third film, you are forcing it. You're not wanting it to go the way that it should, which is natural. You are forcing it at that point. Whether you want to believe you are or not, you are. Accept it and move on, But anyway, I'm going to very quickly, hold on, I got one of those. There we go. Alright, cool. We'll just put that up. Alright, cool. Now we'll just drive over here and figure out what load we're going to grab, and we'll grab it, and I'll end the stream there. But yeah, I felt like I owed it to you guys to explain why it was I left. And that is why, because I saw the hypocrisy in the channel, and I saw the unfairness and the bullying that was going on. And I noticed that I was getting to a point to where I was getting sick of being bullied, to where I was turning into a bully myself. Alright, I'm the one that started calling shippers delusional. Alright? That is not something I should be calling them. They have a right to their imagination, and I am wrong for that, and I will willingly admit that. Something they won't willingly admit is that they've done wrong, but, I'm not asking them to. I'm not going to force my hand and say that they need to admit that they were wrong because I know that they're not going to. But the point is, I'm saying that I'm wrong. I was wrong to call them delusional. I was wrong to judge them. It is not my job to judge anybody. It aggravated me to that point, to where I was doing things I shouldn't do. So, yeah. I left a situation where I was turning myself into a person I didn't like, and I left a toxic community because that was what that was. That was a toxic community. Whether they want to admit that they were or not does not matter to me. They were a toxic community. There is no, you know, there is no going by your, there is no, how do I put it? There is no making excuses for that. That was a toxic community, and I left it. It was a toxic community. Because if you're going to allow people to hate on other people because they have a different opinion, whether I was doing it or somebody else, it's a toxic community. Anybody that goes in there with a difference in opinion is going to get the same treatment that I did or did. So you know what? My message to anybody who's ever heard of the Nick Wild channel, if you do not believe that Nick and Judy should get together as a couple, do not go to that channel. It is toxic. It is not worth your time. You will lose sleep over it. That is my opinion. That is my advice to anybody that is willing to take it. But anyway, I'm going to end the stream here. And I hope everybody has a lovely day. I will probably stream when I get back from taking Shadow to the vet. So I'll let you guys know how that goes.